Good evening, everyone. My name is Akriti Srivastav. Welcome to the live interaction session, How to Reinvent Your Career, organized by the Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. Today, we have our speaker, Varsha Kumari, who is an MBA in HR and is currently working as Human Resource Executive at Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. Hi, Varsha. Welcome.
Hi Akriti. I hope I'm visible and audible to you.
Yes, you are absolutely visible and audible, although there might be a little lag. Um,
Thank you
all
for the
right.
clearance.
Um, all right. In today's session, we're going to cover a variety of topics. Do you want to go over a little bit with that with me, Varsha, or shall we just get started right away?
I'm sorry, actually, Akriti, you are like little low. Could you please like speak louder?
Oh, of course. Sure. How about we get started into the topics right away?
Sure,
Uh,
definitely.
so we have a list of questions coming in. The first is, as an HR executive, what would you say are very important? How much communication skills matters during an interview? Because I'm sure you've conducted lots of interviews, so I'm sure other people would also want to know.
Yeah, definitely. I do conduct like a lot of interviews, and I'm glad that I'm like taking up this question because this question I think is very important for like each and every like candidate applying for any kind of job. I can say because nowadays we can see that a lot of people are much more seeing these kind of communication skill to be kept in a priority basis, right?
Right.
So that is the reason, and thank you so much for this question. I would ask, like, I would tell everybody this communication, like, skill is really important. But yes, but sometimes nowadays it happens that, like, in every company, people are putting this communication skill as a utmost priority. So
Mm-hmm.
this is something which has came up into nowadays, like the thing which people usually sees, but
Right.
there is like what I can say, like a drawback in it, that something like people might get disappointed and could not like hesitate in like a lot of the time for applying for
Right.
different kinds of positions, right?
Right.
So this is something like creating a problem. Being a good person and like good and sound enough in the in their what I can say, technical background or a kind of a background they are like well enough upon, but due to some communication issue they just lag behind with like applying to the different kinds of companies and all. So yes, I
Right.
can say it plays a really important role, but do not hesitate, guys. You should apply for the different kinds of position like getting open. But yes, you can work upon your communication skill, not add that like, because on a sudden way you cannot work with that long thing that okay, yeah, you are fine enough and you are good enough at your communication skill. But yes, you can
Mm-hmm.
give a little try upon that how your communication skill can at least help you out to crack the interview. You can just check out with your CV what is your technical background or a kind of background for which you're applying for, and accordingly just try to get it out like some kind of uh, word or some terminologies which can be used to the most importantly to like crack the interview part, right?
I
So you
see.
can use it up, just check out with few words which can help you. Do I'm not asking you to just take it or use such a difficult word or showcase yourself that okay fine, I'm good enough at communication skill, not like that.
Right.
But yes, you can use a very simple words so that people can understand it and even you yourself can understand, and if cross question you can definitely answer it back, right? So this is something which you can help it out by using a lot of there is a lot of videos available, I can say, and different kinds of channel, and from your end you can also help out with kind of terminology which can be used at particular that time only. And this is something it, and slowly gradually at background you can just work out with your communication skill to make it better so that in future you can just uh, drop it out this error that you have some kind of communication skill. But yes, nowadays it is important due to kind of a designation people are holding and the way they are
Right.
working. The communication skill is really playing an important role nowadays, so do not
Hmm.
hesitate, I can say. It is something important which you can even work, because it's nothing is impossible in this world, because
Yes.
impossible itself says I am possible. So communication skill is a little thing which slowly gradually, if you can keep on trying, even with your friend colleagues, if you're trying a small terms to be used in, then definitely you are going to get in a proper communication school like skills very soon, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's a very good point that you put it that way. Even the word impossible says I'm possible. I really admire that point. Something you did bring up was, you can take your CV and sort of tailor it in response as part of the communication. So now
Definitely.
my focus and my question kind of shifts towards a CV. So how do you make sure your CV is perfect before you start applying for a job? Because that is quite just as important, right?
Yeah, exactly. I can say, like, see, there is nothing called perfect. A person
Hmm.
can make a CV in such a way that it should be to the point and should be that eye catchy that a person, the recruit, like the person who is recruiting you, should understand the requirement. Okay, fine. I am just screening the CV and I found that okay, fine. These are the things I am looking for. That's it. Because
Right.
I am even like recruiting the person, I hardly take around 6 to 10 seconds to screen the CV, because
Hmm. I'm sorry, Varsha. I I believe we have lost you.
I can't spend a lot of time in getting into the details, right? So over to you, because I think there is some network issue.
Oh yes, I think there is. No issue.
Now it's
I
fine.
think there's just some technical connectivity issues, but we're all back and we're all good, so we can continue.
Okay, okay. So I said that nothing like you have to be put your CV in such detailing that recruiter itself will reject it at first, because we usually don't have that sort of time, because we have like lot of CVs getting in and we have to do the screening, right? So you do that. No, none of the person is going to spare a lot of time with hardly 10 to 6 seconds.
Right,
So you just
right.
need to make it such specific, and that guy like catching, like I should be cast upon that. Okay, fine, I am the looking for this person and the requirement is being fulfilled. So just try to
Hmm.
make it up accordingly. Must be specific. Do not put like lot of things or detail that you have done this that. Only try to keep the thing that okay, fine, this is the thing which a recruiter should know about me, nothing else. Because I believe that nobody is going to entertain you with a lot of different stuffs which he doesn't need about it,
Right.
right? So I would like to ask people to be specific and be genuine to your CV is the most
Hmm.
important thing. Whatever you are putting it up, you should know about it at like very well, so that even a person could, even like if a person is cross questioning you, you are able to answer it in your terms, right? So be specific,
Hmm.
true to yourself, true to your CV, whatever you're writing it upon, because it is the first step to catch hold the job. The first thing is the CV. If you are lying it upon in your CV itself, then it is definitely going to ruin your further interview process, and definitely you're not going to get in
Naturally, naturally.
further interview process, right? So
Hmm.
highlight your skills. Definitely, it is important, but always try to make your CV and modify your CV once you know the job description, once you know for what you are applying for, and try to make it accordingly, so that your CV can be like what I can say, taking it up further very easily and very quickly, because
Hmm.
modification is very much required as per the requirement of the recruiter. So make it specific, make it to the point, keep it genuine. Do not put lot of stuffs into, make it like what I can say, to the specific. Do not put lot of detail which is unnecessary, and
Of course.
obviously highlight your things, I highlight your skills, which is important and going to help you out with what recruiter is looking for. So that
Okay,
is it.
wonderful.
Screening is important, I can say. It's for like before applying, do your CV screening is very important. And
That's a
think
very
I
good point.
yeah,
Sorry,
and
continue.
accordingly I can say that you can just think, like to the point of the recruiter, that okay fine, if I'll be the recruiter, how long I'll take the CV to screen it out, and what I'm going to look
Right.
it upon, right? Just this is it,
Mhm.
and you are going to make your CV to the best, I can say.
Those are very good points. Now, I'll just quickly come back to that. I want
Hmm.
to apologize to the audience for all of our technical issues today, and I thank you for staying with us and sticking with us despite these technical issues. And now back to you, Varsha. So you mentioned, don't lie on your CV. Sometimes, and that's a very, very good point, but,
Hmm.
sometimes coming in as a fresher, you feel the need to sort of enhance your CV sometimes, to make it look better or to add that competitive edge. So
Yeah.
instead of doing, like you said, instead of lying on your CV, what are some skills that a fresher can bring to the table so that they can get a good job?
I think it's a good question, but it's quite difficult because like a lot of people are having different kinds of skills, right? So they even at a time they get confused. Okay, fine. If I'm writing these kind of skills, will that be valid for that person to like? Am I be able to get recruited or something like that?
Hmm.
So it is
Hmm.
quite difficult. But yes, skills are very important because that showcase the person, the thing they are possessing it up, and the things they actually have. So like
Right.
skills should be that valid. It's nothing like that, this painting, drawing, these are not kind of skills. You can take it as a hobby, but nowadays even you cannot put these hobbies to be like genuine and true, because this is something
Right.
like people take it up very easy and calm. I think hobby should be even the most important thing, which even I see is the thing which people is something apart from her or his background of actually what he or she is, should be beyond that. So
Correct.
many people I can see that like putting the things which is something like uh, very different kinds of things, like what I can say, fishing and all these kind of things is something great, which looks something beyond what person is. So similarly
Right.
goes for skills, I can say a lot of skills are there. Try to
Hmm.
put your skills in such a way that the things or the, I can say again coming up to the job description, the skills which require to fulfill the job description, or the
Hmm.
person needs to see upon, with the designation, see upon those skills. Try to put these kind of skills, not unnecessary, but yes, if you have any
Yes,
kind of skills
of course.
which definitely you have worked previously, it can be anything related to, even I can say
Hmm.
being positive to your skills is very important. You can even put an example upon with your skills, because a lot of time even I cross questions upon the skills that you have these kind of skills, like can you give me when you have used these kind of skills. So you need to be that positive, and you should have that background story with you, that okay fine, I have worked upon these skills. For example, some I can just take an example, leadership skill. So when you have showcased your leadership skills anytime, in a school time, in a college time, for any voluntary work, any kind of things, so you should have that backup story with you, that this, yes sir, this is the leadership skills which I own. I have few things which I have put in upon, and obviously this is something which is going to even help you with the designation what you're looking
Yes.
for,
Yes,
right?
of course.
So, and the most important, the time you are applying for any kind of job, you should have that skill which is sense of ownership, right? People
Right.
looks upon that, okay fine, if I am recruiting this person, I am taking up this person, then how he or she is going to act upon, right? So try to be show that okay fine, if you are trusting me upon that I have that skills, that okay fine, if you, I am also equally seeing it upon that yes, I have that sense of ownership, what is your is what is like mine, right?
Of course.
You should have
Yeah.
that ownership, then only he or she can trust it upon, yes, this person should go ahead with me.
With
So
me.
you should
Right.
have these kind of skills, which is helping it out to recruit him or her at for the particular designation. So skills can be according to, I can say, a requirement. And yes, if it's not necessary, the like little bit of unnecessary thing or unnecessary skills which is not important, kindly do not put, because no entertainment is given to you at that particular time. Even like you can
Right.
even like trapped it upon for that specific skills which you don't require.
I see. Those are very important points, especially because coming in as a fresher, you generally
Mhm.
you're just starting out, you need to sort of really, you don't have the experience to understand what a recruiter is maybe always looking for, but that's a very good perspective.
Yeah.
Now, as somebody who is very recently a fresher, how does an internship as an experience, like how, what kind of a role does it play, like a very crucial role in your career? How does that work? If you could just give us a little explanation.
Okay, sure, sure. You're asking me about the internship.
Yes,
See,
how an internship would play like a crucial role in your career.
definitely, it is an utmost important thing because internship is something giving you an opportunity, I can say, to what I can say, to give you or get you a proper corporate or a professional touch where you are working on the job platform, right? So
Right.
once you are entering into the internship, if you are getting an opportunity, I can say, for the internship, any kind of internship related to your field, then you should always get upon and take it up. And
Hmm.
it's not important that you're only taking it up on your only about your domain kind of internship, but also you can get it and take the opportunity to get beyond that, anything apart from that, because you never know what kind of key knowledge you are going to get in and where and how it's going to help you out, right? For example, I can say I am being an HR, I'm not like that that kind of person that okay fine, I'm going to only do the HR kind of internship. But no, apart from that, there are a lot of internship which can help me out to increase my kind of efficiency to learn, and a lot of practical knowledge which I'm going to get in, which further might help me anyway anytime, right? So
Right.
I would suggest everyone to just go ahead with a lot of internship you can get in and gather the knowledge about, because once you enter into the professional platform, the whole environment, the whole culture, the each and every person will teach you like each day you will be like getting or gathering a different kind of knowledge, right? Which is
Hmm.
something that's going to help you the time you're actually going to get into the work. So I can say
Right.
the most important and the first step to get into the corporate world is internship. So you should
Hmm.
always take the opportunity to go ahead with the internship. Even we at ICC's like Indian Cybersecurity Solution is providing technical as well as non-technical internship, as because we believe that giving a corporate touch to a fresher is very important, so that they can even better stand in their future, right? To get a better
Yes,
job, I
of
would
course.
say, right? So internship, letter of recommendation, internship certificate plays a very important role. And even this is something is going to help you at the time of recruitment. Okay fine, this is the person has done, have few knowledge about, not exactly but few knowledge about the things
Right.
which are looking for, right? So definitely, apart from others, they are going to prefer you rather than others, because
Mm.
some sort of knowledge you have, right? So always
Correct.
try to get it upon the internship, because nowadays there are a lot of opportunity coming into your foot for the internship, because this is the big thing which people need to do to just ice break their kind of a fresher tag, just remove their fresher
Correct.
tag, right? So this is the thing.
That's you know what, like really the using an internship to sort of break through that fresher tag is a very good sort of point. And
Yeah.
um I can understand breaking through the fresher tag, but also very often now too for an internship, you would have to give an interview. So how does one go about preparing themselves before appearing for an interview like that?
Okay, so Akriti, if you're asking me about interview, then interview I can say is in general is something equally for everyone, right? In general, I can
Right.
say a person can prepare themselves for an interview is something. The first thing which comes upon is the CV making, obviously, okay, which I have already
Of
taken it
course.
upon, right? Apart from that, I just wanted to tell you, try to be, uh, once you're applying for any kind of internship or for the job, make your mind that, like, mindset upon that, that okay, fine, if I'm applying for this job, I need to get it upon, right? I just want this job.
Right.
So accordingly
Right.
I need to prepare myself, boost myself, and I have to get back to what I have done in a previous, and how I can just modify it and keep it in a way that okay fine, I am revising all my part of education, revise the things, go back and see what you have done and how you can present it out in front of the interviewer, that okay fine, this is the thing which I have done, and how this is going to help you out. Revise your education, do a proper screening of your CV, put it the requirement which he or she is looking for, right? And
Right.
apart from that, the most important thing, you need to be genuine, authentic, true to yourself, and whatever you are posting it upon, just say. If the person is asking you something, if you don't know, be polite, that's kind enough. It's not important that every person needs to know everything. If you don't know,
Very true.
politely
Very
answer them
true.
up. I'm sorry, sir, I cannot recall it, or else I could not able to answer this because I really don't know about it. Kindly, if you can let me know about it. Be polite, be polite. And if you don't know, if you want to know, even you can answer them, ask them, sir, can you please let me know about something which it is all about. So be polite, true to yourself. It's not important that you should answer each and every question asked by them, because it happens that you even don't know about few questions, right? So be
Right. Of
polite,
course.
be true to yourself. There is nothing hard and fast rule that you have to be like you have to give every answer and in a way that he or she want to know. Each people have different kinds of perspective, right? So accordingly you have to answer, be to yourself, just nothing more than that. Answer it accordingly. And kindly, like what I can say, be in a such attire or in a such gesture that a person should get a positive vibes from yourself, although you don't know about it, but yes, this person vibes sounds as if yes, he or she can do it, right?
Yeah.
So prepare
Yeah.
accordingly.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Bringing that confidence to the interview definitely helps.
definitely. The most important thing is the confident. The smile on your face is the thing which a person shows, or the person shows that okay fine, I am okay with this interview and I can do this, right? So
Yeah.
confidence, knowledge of what you have written in your CV, and being true to yourself is most important thing, and something which can help you out with each and every trouble you are going to face in the interview part,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
these are
Absolutely.
few things,
Okay,
definitely.
and just adding on to my previous question, although
Mhm.
you've already partially answered, how do I make a good impression on an interview? I've understood that there's a certain amount of prep that goes into this, making sure I'm true to myself and everything.
Mhm.
But also, when very often when you're in the moment, you're having a conversation with the person in front of you, you get nervous or you get worried or scared or anxious. So, how do I make sure what I'm saying and what I'm doing is coming from a place of making a good impression without necessarily the anxiety holding me back? So, how do I make a good impression on my interviewer?
That's a nice question, I can say. Uh, Impression is all about what I can say. Uh, Impression, I can say, is something, the positive thing you are throwing it upon with your knowledge, or with your positive smile. And if there is anything which shows or which comes in into a negative part, try to make it and answer it in a positive way. Okay fine, sir, although I don't know about it, but still I am ready to learn about it, or although I am in a process of learning it, right?
Right,
So always try to make and put a positive impression is the first thing which a recruiter is looking upon.
right,
Obviously,
right,
if you are going to stay positive, then each and everything, whether you are going to work in a team, whether you're going to work as a like soul, you are something going to get in or bring in a positive thing, by not ending up your kind of what I can say, like okay fine, I cannot do that, this is something negative which a person comes in. But if this is the thing, you are ignoring it, and each and every phase you are in a positive track, that okay fine, I can do this, I have the skills and I can do this. Being polite to what you are saying, positivity is something which is going to help you out with a proper knowledge, right? So
right.
Impression is nothing like that you have to, like, impression is going to give you or get you a job. No, nothing like that. But yes, you can create a good impression with your positive vibes and the truth which what you are saying it upon and the knowledges which you have. So the most important thing before appearing for any kind of interview, Akriti, I can say, just try to gather the knowledge which you really have and try to present it accordingly. Modification is important, I can say. All the time, modification is important
Right,
because
of course.
you never know when and how you have to. Same answer can be modified and given into the two different ways,
Mhm.
right? So modification according to the requirement is important, politeness is important, knowledge is important, being true to yourself is important, and how you are answering it, even though you are into a trap that it's a negative, showcasing it in a negative way. Then again, you're how being a confident person, not getting it nervous at out nervous, and then how you are taking it further in a positive way is something going to help you to put a better and a good impression upon. Because it's
Right.
not necessary that each and everything a person is the recruiter who is like recruiting the candidate, that candidate is like having a proper knowledge and up to date knowledge about. But yes,
Of course.
he or she get recruited all because they have that positive vibes into them, and they have that confidence that yes, I can build this thing, I can get it, get this thing in a few days, when once I will be able to, like, people will able to train me, teach me, or he will help me anyway so that I can even get it upon, right? So this
Yes.
is something which is very important, and people should focus it upon, because faking it out and putting it different in a different way, which you actually don't know, is something like going to hamper your further career as well.
That's very wonderfully put, Varsha. And really sort of, puts into perspective how we're supposed to approach as freshers coming in, or even as you're giving just an interview for your job, how to sort of approach coming into an interview and coming into applications and everything like that.
Yes.
I believe we're going to open the floor up if there are any questions. And then we also encourage you to email us or call us at the numbers that are at the bottom of your screen, the toll free number or the email. I also encourage you to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We post many such videos that help you in your personal and career development, and we look forward to seeing you there as well. So, if there are any questions, we will take them now. Um, all right, I'm not seeing very many things in the chat, but thank you so much, Varsha, for joining us this evening and answering the questions so wonderfully. I These are skills I will be using when in the future moving on to other jobs, or in the future as a hopefully as a recruiter, maybe someday myself. And I'm sure a lot of other applicants in wherever they may be based
Yeah,
will also be
definitely.
using this.
And thank you so
All
much,
right.
Akriti, for like inviting me for this wonderful session. I'm glad I'm out here and able to clear it out with doubts which people usually have before applying to any kind of interview or appearing for any kind of interview. Right. So thank you so much for giving me an opportunity, and I will definitely be happy again if I'll be called upon to answer these kind of questions. I'm very much happy to help and clear it out. Definitely, the session itself shares the what I can say, chokes into the clarity. Something like, definitely I'll be try my level best once again if I'll be called it upon and to answer these kind of questions. So thank you so much, Akriti. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Varsha. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today evening. We really appreciate your presence here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
evening to all of you, and goodbye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.